have a look at an interview with Kari Lake. Apparently, she's a serious politician in America. She's taken seriously. She goes on news programs and she gets interviewed by serious people. And this is the interview that I've watched a few times now. And it's quite funny because as the interview goes on, she just turns into a mean girl. She just turns into one of those mean girls at school who would pick on the other girls and call them stupid and ugly. So I want you to watch it as it happens because it's quite funny.
Donald Trump has talked, Mr. Trump's talked about the need for a new tone in politics, a civility in politics, a kind of unity. What does that mean to you?
I actually think the tone has always been good. I believe that.
Yeah, this is very good. I mean, the guy got shot in the ear a couple of days ago, but apart from that, the tone's been fantastic. Apart from the assassination attempt and the rape accusations, the rape conviction, the court cases, the slandering of immigrants, the white supremacist shootings. Apart from that, the tone's been beautiful.
What we're trying to push is a strong economy, secure borders. These are policies everybody wants. And
so you don't think the tone in American politics got out of hand?
I think the tone is really disturbing when the media is calling a man like Donald Trump Hitler. They're comparing him to Hitler.
Like J.D. Vance did, you mean?
Oh. Look at his stupid face.
Like the media is doing. But J.D. Vance was probably, like many Americans, they listen to the media. Yeah. And for 8 years, the media has been tearing President Trump apart.
It's the media's fault, you see? It's the media's fault. J.D. Vance, apparently one of the most intelligent politicians in America, he was just misled by the media. Isn't it a bit insulting? I'm asking this as somebody who lives in the UK. Isn't it a bit insulting that these people think everybody is so suggestible that the media can just, on a dime, make them believe anything? Isn't that a bit patronizing? I don't know.
Good man who everybody loved before he ran. Imagine
they did not love him before he ran.
Having a smear campaign going on about you for 8 years. Yeah. Pretty soon everyone...
If I had a smear campaign going on about me for eight years, at some point, I'd like to think at some point I might wonder why that was happening. And it maybe if I'd done something to warrant it.
Thank you. And so I applaud the fact that people like J.D. Vance and others, we've seen them, Amber Rose, she did a speech. People are coming over going, whoa, the media was lying and I believed it. And it's so irresponsible.
I mean, you falsely claimed that Trump won in 2020. You called for the imprisonment of those who accepted Trump's defeat, including your own opponent in Arizona, Katie Hobbs. Why did you do that?
Called for the imprisonment of what?
What? What are you talking about? Well, those are your words from... What? My words? Words? What are words? Well, it's a recording of you saying this. We've got you on live TV saying it. I don't know what you're talking about. Get on with it.
Of opponents, like Katie Hobbs, who accepted Trump's defeat. Why did you falsely claim that Trump won in 2020?
Well, I'm not going to sit here and go through all of the evidence.
I'm not going to tell you answers to the questions. That's not my job. My job is not to sit here and answer questions and you to answer them. My job is to just, I don't know what my job is. That's not my job.
What happened? Do you believe Joe Biden won 81 million votes? Do you think he's more popular? A guy who can't string two sentences together. You believe he's more popular than Barack Obama?
That is the best argument she can come up with. That is her riposte to, what was it? Like 60 different court cases saying that Trump lost. No evidence on her side. And her entire argument about justifying the claim that the election was stolen amounts to just going, like, seriously? Like, seriously? You really believe that? Oh my God, you're so dumb. I didn't know you were so dumb before I came into this interview. You are so dumb.
Asking you, do you believe that he is the most popular president in history? You have to have you got to have brain cells.
Okay, so you don't believe that Joe Biden won the election in 2020?
I believe the election was run fraudulently.
And you refused to concede in 2022 as well, your own contest.
Well, obviously you're sitting across the pond and you don't understand what's happened. And I'm not going to argue about it with somebody.
For defamation.
Yeah. because this is how corrupt the system is. I pointed out how they worked our elections.
You lied about a top Arizona election official. You defamed him. You falsely accused him of injecting 30,000 illegal votes into machines.
That little smirk from Emily Maitlis. Emily Maitlis is a brilliant interviewer, by the way. She's ferociously intelligent. She's beautiful. She's incredibly incisive. She's I mean, to compare these two is absurd. She's on a different intellectual planet from this vapid lying scumbag on the left.
Intentionally misprinting ballots.
Yep.
Do you stand by those claims?
It happened.
Would you like to repeat them on air now?
It happened.
Probably not, because I'm getting sued and they're made up horseshit.
You think that he intentionally misprinted ballots? If he sued you for this?
Yes, I know. I'm in the middle of it right now. It's lawfare.
And he said that you had turned his life upside down.
No, fuck him.
He said you'd made him the target of threats of violence and death.
I'm in the middle of a lawsuit and I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to
get perjured.
When you're in the middle of a lawsuit, you don't want to talk about it, okay?
Yeah.
We talk about it in court. That's where
Look, I gotta explain this to you. When you're in the middle of a lawsuit, you don't talk about it. I gotta explain it to you like a child, because you're the kind of loser who's probably never been sued in your entire life. You've never been sued by anybody. You're so pathetic, but I'm gonna explain it to you, okay? When you're in the middle of being sued, you don't like to talk about it. Okay, get on with it.
Talk about it. I feel confident that I've spoken the truth. But
that is what matters in a lawsuit. I think the judge takes that into consideration. If you're really confident that you didn't lie, I think that wins you the case.
You made him the target of violence and death. You saw what happened on the stage on Saturday night. You heard Donald Trump say, "Let's lower the temperature." Do you
a load of horseshit that was.
Accept the part you played in inflaming the political rhetoric in this country?
You are just part of the fake news and you're lying.
This is the bit where she turns into Regina George or someone from Mean Girls. This is where she really turns into the mean girl.
You know a damn thing about Arizona. You don't know one thing about our election, and you sit there with a smirk on your face. You're sitting over in England, in the UK, in a country that's being destroyed.
It's being destroyed. Your country's being destroyed. Your country's like, oh my God, you're such a loser. You know, oh my God, you're so stupid. Your clothes, you look so poor. You know, Jake's only going out with you for a bet. You know, everybody knows it. Jake doesn't even like you. He likes me. He likes me. You're so poor. Your family's so poor. Everybody knows it.
In a country that's being destroyed.
I guess I'm just asking.
And I really don't.
What it says about the
this
Republican
is the last
Party,
question.
that they
This
need
is
to
the-
lie,
this is the
to
last
intimidate, to threaten, because you don't believe you can win at the ballot box. Why would you need to do that?
You are just a sad case
Oh,
of a
I'm so
human being,
sorry.
and I'm so sorry for you.
I feel sorry for you. Yeah, I feel sorry for you. You're so poor, and your family's so poor, and nobody likes you, and everybody thinks you're a slut. And Jake doesn't even like you going out with you for a bet. Jake doesn't even like you.
I'm sorry that you bought into the
I
propaganda.
feel sorry for you.
I hope that you'll look in the mirror and see that you've been following propaganda and you don't understand what's happening.
So I'm guessing if you don't win in November, you won't concede. That's the rule that you're playing by now, is it?
You are. I actually think you need your head examined.
You're like such a slut as well, and like you. No wonder you didn't get onto the cheer squad. You're so pathetic. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you.
Can you answer that?
I think you need your head examined.
Yeah. Good comeback.
Kari Lake, thank you very much.
Oof. Well done, Kari Lake. I mean, that was impressive.
The News Agents USA.
Yeah. So that was Kari Lake doing her best job at standing up to an actual interviewer with actual questions, asking actual questions of her, asking her to tell the truth. That's as good as it gets from her, I think. And quite typical of what I seem to see from that side of the aisle in American politics. There's something of the mean girl about Marjorie Taylor Greene as well, but Kari Lake exemplified it there, especially with the you sit there in England, in Britain, it's being destroyed. Your country's being destroyed. In her voice. I love it. I love it. She's so mad. They're all so mad. So that was Kari Lake. Excuse the sounds of me scratching my ass and pouring myself a Dr. Pepper halfway through the recording. But yeah, that was my UK-based response to the completely mental situation in America. And I'm taking what I get. I find it very entertaining. I find it terrifying at the same time, but very, very funny. And if you can get some comedy out of something that's probably going to end with thermonuclear war and the destruction of civilization, you might as well get it, right? Might as well get some comedy out of it before the world ends. So if you enjoyed listening to me making fun of this ridiculous woman, Kari Lake, and you want to hear me do a bit more making fun of more ridiculous politicians and general kind of reaction to the craziness in American politics, but I really don't mind what I react to. I'm interested in politics from all over the world, so if you've got any suggestions for what I should look at. Crazy people doing crazy things, being comically hypocritical, that kind of thing. I like that. I find it entertaining. I've got to do something about this guy at some point. Got to watch some of his best bits because Jesus, this guy makes me laugh so much. Not intentionally. He's not trying to make me laugh, but my God, he's one of the most ridiculous human beings who's ever existed. So yeah, subscribe, leave some comments, tell me what I should look at next. Give me some pointers. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye-bye.